Hi everyone, in this video I will show you how to make this coil heart using clay. I will also show you how to paint it with glazes to make it colorful and shiny. Your clay heart could be used as a trivet. That's a plate that you can put on a table to put a hot dish on. Let's see what's for dinner. Ooh, spaghetti, my favorite. Oh boy. When using clay in my classroom, I give each student a large piece of cardboard to work on. This helps keep the tables a lot cleaner. You could also use a piece of board like this. Another suggestion might be covering the surface area with a large piece of paper so that the table doesn't get dirty. You will also need some clay. I'm using this gray clay right now. It turns white after firing. I store it in baggies. And before I close the bag, I like to spray a little bit of water in there to keep it moist so it doesn't dry out. Gloves are a great option if you don't want to get your hands dirty with the clay. You'll need a cup of water and some carving tools. I like to use some of these wooden sticks. They're pointed on one end and flat on the other. Some plastic carving tools, some that are curved, some that are flat edged. Toothbrush makes some nice texture on your clay projects. Brushes are always good to have to smooth out any cracks. I like to use a spray bottle filled with water for wetting the clay. I cut out a heart from a file folder. You could also use cardstock paper. Cereal boxes work really well for this. So this will be our template for making the heart. When you first get your clay, you want to work with it and get out any air pockets or air bubbles. I'm going to use this template to make a heart using coils. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll some coils and then I'm going to place them on the outline of the heart. So you just kind of roll it, kind of like you're making a snake or a worm. And then roll it on your table. You're making a long cylinder. You want to try to make it the same width throughout. I'm gonna cut the clay so it fits. Now that I have the outline done, I'm going to make more coils and then I'm going to fill the spaces inside the heart with some spiral shapes. I'm gonna roll some balls of clay and put those in. You can do a pattern inside. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna smooth out the top here, and that's actually gonna end up becoming the back. And then when you flip it over, you'll have the pattern and the design on the other side. All right, so I'm gonna speed up the video so you can see my process, and then I'll stop at the end and show you what I did. All right, the coils are done. So now I'm going to add some balls of clay in these open areas. I finished putting the clay inside of the heart. So now this side, I'm gonna smooth out like I did here. So this is going to become the back. I'm gonna take the carving tool and I'm just gonna smooth out the back, pushing the clay into each other. This helps it stay together. Smooth out any cracks. Gonna write my name on the back while I have it flipped over. So now I'm gonna pick up the project, flip it over, and then I'm gonna remove the paper. And now you can still see all the coils that we made. And now at this point, I'm just gonna smooth it out a little bit and maybe add a couple other details. You can even go in with a pointy tool and make these lines a little bit cleaner. Take my brush, get rid of any cracks. Now I'm going to carefully carry this over to the drying cabinet and put it on the shelf and let it dry for about 10 days or so until it's bone dry and there's no more moisture in it. And then I'll show you what it looks like. This heart is now completely dry and ready for firing in the kiln. This is the kiln. Here's what the inside looks like with some of the projects loaded up. You will need various colors of glaze to paint onto your clay project. These glazes are non-toxic, lead-free, and food safe. And 2 coats work really well, and you can fire it at a cone of 4 in your kiln. You will need a palette for the glaze. When I'm having my students paint their projects with glaze in my classroom, I put 1 cup at each table, and each table has a different color of glaze. Then the students can move around the room and use that color, and when they're done, they go to the next table and use that color. And at the end of the class, it's easier for me to clean up because I can take like this green glaze and put it back in the bottle, and then I'm not wasting any of it. You will need a cup of water for cleaning off your brushes. You will also need some brushes to paint with. You will also need a paper towel to dry off your brushes. Also, when I'm painting, I'm going to use this Lazy Susan. This spins around and then it's easy for me to get to all sides of the clay project. Here's the Coil heart project out of the kiln. You'll see that the clay has turned white. Now it is rock hard and it is ready to paint. I'm going to make sure I don't get any glaze on the back of the project because that could cause it to stick to the kiln shelf and it could break your project trying to pull it off. So no glaze on the back, 2 coats on the front and on the sides. Here's my palette. I have lots of different colors to choose from. I think I'm going to stick to purple and reds. I'm done painting the heart. I'm going to let this dry and then put it in the kiln for a second firing, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Here's what my clay heart coil project looks like completed. I like how the colors turned out. I like the shininess of the glazes. This could be used as a decoration. It could be used as a trivet. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed making this project with me. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.